know you're recording. And the cool thing is, because there's no red light beeping out here, I don't even know that you're filming me.
Yeah, I know. Cool.
I also have to pay for my apps. So
dude, this is something I would love because I almost always look at myself as a lens of camera, and I move and look at things that way. You know, I'm sure you've seen by watching your own footage that you have to be careful how you move your head.
That's the biggest thing.
Like you can just
so
like
I'm thinking, crazy. I want to go see about those.
Dude, this is gonna look insane. This is awesome. Can I use this?
Totally.
Stay there for a sec. Because I'm looking at my own reflection too. So for the audience, it'll be really trippy. It'll give them a definition of who they are as the point of view when you see the person in the mirror. It's basically the camera not looking at a camera. It's looking at a person. It's perfect. Good work.
I wish I had video of you doing this right now. Just watching you do this is entertaining.
Really? Well, maybe I could keep going.
Because the whole thing is, it's interesting watching you because normally the camera is an extension of you.
Yeah.
But with that,
so people can
you
see.
now are the camera.
I am the camera. I am the lens. Now let's do some crazy movements. And you can do crazy pans that you wouldn't be able to do with cameras. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, but you want to be a little bit careful of those crazy pans.
Yeah. Why?
Because
they just fuck out.
It just whips around like really quick, right? So that for me would be the downside of this camera. So
well,
I want
you can always strap it.
Well, you can still strap, but it's still because it's the fluid.
I should probably stop this.
So it's all about if you can turn your body instead of your head.
How do you? How do you stop with this or the same number?
The exact same thing. So you hit
same number.
So yeah, it's like this. So right now it's recording.
Yeah.
Just making a little protein shake after work. And then just like that. Pretty damn tasty. Gotta like it, because I do. Red light? It's now recording. So your name again is?
Steve.
And tell me a bit about your mom. Just tell me about your mom having the stroke. Because I want to learn a bit about having a stroke, or what's...
Well, she had symptoms like about a week before it happened.
So it was all just quickly, within a week?
Yeah, like it was, she had numbness in her arm.
Thanks, Mike.
She had numbness in her arm, and she accidentally put her hand on the frying pan. And then they all said to her, you should go to the hospital and get it checked out. And she said, yeah, we'll just, as soon as the holidays are done.
Wow. Yeah, I really want to be sensitive about this because, I mean, it's obviously your mom, right?
Yeah.
But it's also something that...
It was pretty hard on me because I was in Toronto at the time. I wasn't there, and I had a grudge against her for like 8 months. I never talked to her or nothing. And usually I always call every Christmas and all that. And all of a sudden I felt something was bothering me that night. And I just had to call my father the next day. Like they're separated.
Yeah, yeah.
And as soon as I called him, he told me the news, and that my sister-in-law were trying to get a hold of me. So I called my sister right away, and then they flew me down, and the funeral was the next day.
Wow. Yeah. So it all happened really quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it goes to show that even though you get pissed off at your parents and all that, you can hold a grudge. Because you never know what they're gonna-
Well, exactly. I mean, it's like myself when I moved to Vancouver. I was going to the University of Alberta, and I was taking acting classes and all that stuff, and learning about like creating plays. And my dad was in a head-on collision on his 47th birthday. And fortunately, my dad walked away. But the 17-year-old kid who smashed into my dad, he committed suicide. Like, they found a note later on. His girlfriend broke up with him earlier in the day, and he just had enough, and he decided to commit suicide. And at the last second, he decided to turn into my dad's rig because it was big enough. He knew that this would take him out, not thinking that he might take out the guy driving the other vehicle. So it's a suicide you're attempting, but you're also attempting a murder-suicide, right?
Yeah, it could be the opposite. You might not be the one who dies, but the other one does.
Yeah.
You don't know when the outcome's going to come.
Exactly. So for me, that was a wake-up call. I'm like, okay, I could plan to live to be 100, or I could die today. And so I was like, what do I want to do? I want to be an actor. I want to be in TV and film. Where do I do that? Well, I can do that in New York. I can do it in LA. I can do it in Toronto. Or I can do it in Vancouver. And I'm like, well, I can't go to the States. And Toronto, I don't want more snow and more cold.
Yeah.
Let's go to Vancouver where it's warm and rainy.
Yeah.
And so I applied, and 6 months later, I moved here. But I've kind of forgotten that over the years because working in the film industry is frustrating as hell. Because, I mean, you got to take acting classes. You got to get yourself sharp. You got to go on auditions. And then if you don't get a call from your agent to go do an audition, it's like, well, I don't get work unless I'm auditioning.
Right.
And if he doesn't call me, I can't audition.
No.
I can't audition, I can't work.
That's right.
So it's a catch-22, right?
concentrate
So
on-
you've got to figure out how to go and get the work yourself.
Yes.
But then when you do get the work, you still have to give your agent 15%, even though you got the work yourself, because he's your sales rep. And so I didn't figure that out for the longest time. And so just in the past year, I took a couple years off of acting, and I just got back into it in the past year. And in the past year, I've had 12 auditions, which is good. But I've booked one job out of 12 auditions, and so I've worked one day in the previous year. So how do you survive on one day as an actor? Well, you can't. You got to go get other jobs. So that's what I've been doing. But
So it's,
I've been doing security for 20 years, and I hate it.
yeah. There's no future in that.
Oh, not at all. I mean, this is quinoa.
Quinoa salad.
What are you putting in it?
Pumpkin seeds,
Here?
avocado, black olives,
That one?
black beans,
There.
cilantro.
There you go.
Nice and healthy.